What's up, everybody? Day one out here at the Poland Shooting Center, and we are just about underway. It is going to be an exciting weekend. 11 countries are represented through all of our divisions, and the first division that we're covering, 4 out of the 5 lanes will have somebody from a different country. The men's 50-plus division, they are doing one of our staple stages, a version of Inman, but this weekend we are calling it the Big Pierogi, lifting the sandbags over the yoke. Then they will approach the firing line. 4 total rounds. Bear with us, we will be talking about the weights in both kilos and pounds, as well as meters and yards. So a lot of numbers, but as we continue to grow the sport, it's also great to see a global representation. So that's why today we're on home turf for our friends in Poland. We got the sandbags in kilos, and they're just about getting ready to get their first stage underway. They will have 8 stages across 2 days over the weekend. This morning we had our safety brief, our big group picture. Everybody is now organizing their sandbags. Bar height, this one's gonna be our top end height that we use with the yokes. So 52 inches is how high they need to lift those sandbags over the yoke. And we are just making sure that every lane has our judges. A few of our athletes also brought translators with them. Not everybody speaks English or speaks perfect English. So as you guys know, safety is of top priority. So just making sure everybody knows the rules, knows our clearing procedure, so that everybody has a safe and fun weekend. So while we wait before they get started, let's introduce our athletes and talk about where they are from. So in lane number 1, Rafael, he is from Poland, home turf here. Right next to him, Sven from Germany, represent. Our familiar friend Pat, right in the middle. He's from the USA. He's competed many times in our men's 50-plus. He is 60-plus though. Jack from Poland, and then Andres from Hungary on your screen. Rep scheme that we are looking for. They start with the lightest sandbag for 5 reps. Here it is 30 kilos, 65 pounds. Once they are done with all 5 reps at the lightest weight, they then will move to their medium weight, which is going to be 45 kilos, 100 pounds for 3 reps. And then they have 1 rep at their heaviest bag, 68 pounds or 68 kilos or 150 pounds. Bar height about 52 inches. 4 total rounds, so the first time they will approach the firing line, 9 shots with their rifle. And it's gonna be about 45 meters out. For our US friends, that's about 40 yards. And every round they need to change where they are shooting through on the barricade. So the top and then all 3 ports, different each round. As you can already see, we got a lot of different body placements and positionings. Our friend from Germany, kneeling. Friend from Poland right next to him in the end, standing. Pat now made his way to the firing line for that first round. Once they are done with the rifle, we will do our clearing procedure and then move on to the pistol. Also 9 shots. For this, we're going to be about 15 meters out, which is about 16 yards. Good Magazine here. Rifle down. Nice work. So here on the end with Raphael, you can see that he's going to be shooting right over the top of the barricade. For the pistol, each round will be at the top. So you can either shoot on the right where he is or the left. And we already have our first athlete working on the second round. This is Sven in the lane with his first sandbag. And then if we come over, we have Jack also getting to work on round 2 of 4. There will be a 15-minute time cap for this one. And as I mentioned at the beginning, this is a stage that we repeat quite frequently. It's one of our staple stages in programming. The weights on the sandbag do vary based on the division that you are in. And depending on the event, sometimes the height of that yoke is going to change just a little bit, or the sandbag weight might change. I would say that the sandbag jumps are going to be a little bit heavier this weekend just because they are in kilos. So that final bag jump is just a little heavier. And with that 68 kilos, 150 pounds, he will then choose to go to the middle weight. And if you can't lift that final sandbag, you will have 4 reps at the middle weight, which is exactly what Andres is doing here. So more work and volume over time, but it keeps the athletes going. So if you can't physically lift one of the sandbags, it's not going to limit you in that way. Nice work, very efficient. Moving to the firing line, already grabs his magazine. This will be round number 2 of 4 for our athlete. So he started with the top port. Now he has moved, or I'm sorry, he started with the top of the barricade, and now he moves right into that first top port.
Yeah. 10 minutes left.
And now already moving his way on to round number 3. This is Jack. Jack from Poland, making that sandbag look easy. He also has a lot of height on him, which is going to make it a little more efficient on getting that sandbag over. I can speak from experience. I tested these stage over the weekend before the athletes got here. At 52 inches, getting that sandbag up and over, you really got to use a lot of hip pop. But for him, he can just basically pick up the bag and throw it.
Next bag.
And here, this is the heaviest sandbag. And great work from Jack. His third sequence at the firing line.
9 minutes.
Starting with rifle. And now he will go through that middle port, sitting in what I would call a frog stance. So really leaning back on those heels. If you have that hip and knee mobility, this is a great position to choose for stability purposes. And also something to be aware of, if you've been a viewer, if you guys have been sticking along and watching us for a bit now, look how lovely this range is. Everything is super close. They have their fitness facility right on site. They also have rooms for people to stay as they host individuals. They have a beautiful vendor village right in the middle of everything and all of their bays on site. So for efficiency purposes and convenience, this is an excellent place to host a tactical games event. And certainly a partnership that we're hoping to continue throughout the years. And Jack is done great with that clearing procedure. Hands in the air before he turns around. And this will be the beginning of his fourth and final round, as we are now just about 8 or 9 minutes in here for that 15-minute time cap. Everybody came through our athlete check-in process yesterday. That is where they will have the opportunity to decide if they want to get a photo package. They will get all of their gear checked, weigh those plate carriers, make sure that they are up to standard, as well as have all of our guns and muzzle devices checked. Then they are given their athlete number. They know where they will be squatted. And Jack with that final bag, and he gets it over his last time now at the firing line for round 4. He'll go through his firing sequence, 9 shots with the rifle, then 9 with the pistol, then run back and clock in his time for his first stage of the weekend. About 6 minutes left till that time cap. So a couple athletes now just starting their 4th round. Closest to us is Jack, and then to the left of him, Sven. I believe both of them are on their 4th and final round. Jack done with the rifle first, 9 shots with the pistol.
Trzeba przyznać, że zawodnicy są już naprawdę zmęczeni. Widać, że po każdej kolejnej rundzie na tych worków brakuje energii, żeby naprawdę zrobić tętno. Mateusz powiedział z pierwszego. Teraz sobie polecę. Właśnie zobaczyć. Naprawdę jest to...
All the way to the left, Raphael also now at the firing line. And Jack will run and clock in a time under the time cap. And we will check in with Jack momentarily as the rest of the competitors in squad number 6 finish up. Right now, Pat on your screen, again, he is from the US, and he decided he wanted to compete in Poland just a couple days ago, less than a week ahead of time. He said, hey, you know what, I can't miss out on this opportunity. I want to come to the Tactical Games' first ever international event. He bought his plane ticket. He said he had about 15 minutes to pack his bag, and he headed over here. So seeing something like that is just super cool. The support that we get from our athletes worldwide is amazing. And Sven is in. Sven and Jack under the time cap as we have a couple athletes still finishing up here. 2 minutes till that 15-minute time cap. Andres getting that bag over. So right now he's working at that middle weight, which is going to be 45 kilos, 100 pounds. Yep, tries to get it right to that hip pocket, stands it up. Yes, that was a great rep. So he did choose to use that middle weight instead of using the heaviest sandbag, so that was 4 total reps for that weight instead of the just 1 at the heaviest. Andres to the right, Pat in the middle to the left, both of them finishing up. This will be their 4th and final round. So we have also had Rafael finish up, Sven and Jack. And Pat now crossing the finish line, clocking in a time as he also finishes up stage number 2, the big pierogi.
Yeah. 1 minute.
And he is done under the cap.
Ciao, Pat. Jesteś która? 7, ale to jest plus 50. Okay, to teraz ty.
Jack. All right. What did those sandbags feel? This is the first stage of the day, and how'd it go for you?
I'm sure there's an ambulance with a bottle of oxygen. That would be very useful.
You felt like you couldn't breathe.
Well, that gets the, say, heart working, to say the least, and lungs.
What made you decide to come out and compete this weekend?
Because it's difficult. That's a challenge.
Have you always liked a challenge?
Pretty much, yes.
What does it mean to be out here representing your country as we have the first tactical games in Europe?
That's a good feeling. I think it will get to me after the games, actually.
Okay.
But that's a good feeling, good bunch of people from all over the world. So a new experience, kind of getting a benchmark against wider sample of mad people making noise and running and sweating.
Well, great job. Love to see you out here.
Squat number 7. Squat number 7.
Okay, Pat, as you clean up your stuff, we gotta know. You waited until Tuesday. Today is Saturday to sign up for this. What went through your mind?
I think I have never prepared for an international trip this quick. Less than 6 hours to get on a flight and come across the world. The only thing I wish I had is I miss my rifle and my pistol. It's so hard getting used to a brand new one and then iron sights. Oh, yeah.
It's all about borrowing the gear and learning as you go. Why did you sign up so last minute? Or are you getting FOMO?
Yes, FOMO with big capital letters. I had to come out here, and this is epic. I mean, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Amazing.
You only live once, and I'm living.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, you guys.
And that will do it over here at stage 2. Make sure you guys continue to follow us on Instagram, on our YouTube stages as we continue to commentate over full stages, several different groups and storylines that we will be following. Like, subscribe, send this to a friend, help the channel grow. We'll see y'all next time.